Hello guys, long time no see, and that's probably an exaggeration, but I don't care. Here's your little bonus episode of Colosseum Purifying the Shadows, for those of you who are interested. Just to see, you know, who all has what. I mean, it's nothing special, I'm not gonna lie and say it is. I'm gonna try and edit this as best I can so I can get all of them in one run, one video, whatever. But, just throwing it out there, this shadow stuff does take a lot. It took me a whole, 6 hours of gameplay just to get the remaining shadows I had purified. Which was about 23, I think. So, 23 shadows, about 6 hours. Only advice I'm going to give to you is abuse the fuck out of the scents, and if you want, go ahead and put some of them in the daycare too. So these are all the teams I had except for Sunflower, because Sunflower wasn't a part of a team. So, and Skarmory was with me in the story, so you saw that. But what I did was I went to Mount Battle and I set up some teams. So Togetic was working with Shuckle, and when you're purifying them and stuff, if you have some, I don't care, shadows next to each other, I don't care, then they'll be more than likely to go into hyper mode. So it can be Togetic, use Shadow Rush, and then it'll go into hyper mode. Damn it! And then Togetic goes into hyper mode, and then, Shuckle uses Shadow Rush. You call on Togetic, then Shuckle gets mad, and he goes into hyper mode, and it can go back and forth like that. Or sometimes they'll just both go into hyper mode as they are. It just kind of depends, but if you have a team full of shadows, go to Mount Battle, do it as to where they're at least quite a ways weaker than you, so this way you can goof about all you want without, any real consequences of dying, and you should be fine. Quilava and Bayleaf were very easy to get done. I would call on Quilava and he would go down an entire heart. I used a scent on Bayleaf, it went down an entire heart. These guys fucking flew fast as all hell, man. And I'm going to wait until they're all in the box before I show. Well, no, I guess I could just show it now. Because otherwise that'd be kind of irritating, wouldn't it? Because I'd have to go through all the boxes and derp-a-dur. Scoop-a-da-dip-dip-dip-boo. Well, there we go. This is set A. Got another 4 teams to deal with, so here's all the lovely attacks these fags can learn. Aren't you just miss Colosseum already? No, I'm glad it's over. I want you to do so well. So, alright, well, I'll see you in a second. Okay, now back with the second set. Since I only had 23 to purify, I had an odd number. So, since Stantler was about halfway along, I let it just work on itself. It was kind of odd the way I did it, but yeah. Then Murkrow and Delibird made an okay team. Murkrow would go into hyper mode a couple times. Delibird was a faggot and would never go into hyper mode, so it was extremely difficult to work on. But I'm telling you, if you abuse the hell out of the sense, though, you can make it work pretty well. I would basically give him a scent after, each fight. And if they went into hyper mode, I'd give him a less powerful scent. So this way, say Delibird didn't go into hyper mode, well, it gets a vivid scent. So this way it makes up for it, So every battle counts, kind of thing. That's what I tried doing. And, well, hey, it's all said and done. Now, after I'm done purifying all these guys and showing you their moves, there is one other thing I want to show you, which is kind of the point as to why you should purify them all. Now, since purifying them all already took so goddamn long as is, there is no chance in hell I am doing this next part that I'm about to explain, which is an unlockable for the game. I mean, it's totally cool, but I really don't feel like putting off my next LP any further just for this. So, you could probably find it on YouTube if you searched it, but, Explosion. Ariados and Fortress were alright. I don't remember them being any sort of difficult, so Yeah, they should have. I think they did rather well together. I don't remember any problems really having them. Usually you can clear them, like, you can purify them in about maybe 12 mount battle fights. So that was the average for me. It was about 12. It's a bit of an odd number, but... And I'm talking, like, starting from Area 4. So, oh, wait. I need to show you their moves. Doo-doo-doo. Nightshade's good. So here's all of this. Alright, now that I'm done wasting that time, let's get the next set. In the way of how quickly I'm going through this, there should be no problem, and it should all fit in one video. Now then, Metagross and Tyranitar are both extremely difficult and time-consuming to work on. It took me at least like 2 sittings just to get these guys done. And, I mean, they're definitely powerful and worth, you know, using if you want them, but they take forever to deal with. Ugh. That's the only downside. Tyranitar takes particularly longer, so I had to give it basically a vivid scent after every single fight, and it took over 20 fights, so... Holy crap, I'm glad they're done. But I set up that team because Tyranitar's ability is Sandstream, and, well, since that Sandstorm doesn't seem to affect Steel types, it worked out rather well together, and, well... No one was really able to take them down, and I was hitting up, like, Area 6. Of course, it was getting difficult, but yeah. I'm glad to have those guys out of the way. Tropius and Houndoom, I don't recall Houndoom, like, ever going into hyper mode, so... And I know what I'm saying, and, like, it's different for everybody, because, you know, Tropius might purify easily for you, as to where it may not with me. I understand that. It's because it's all dependent upon nature from what I've been informed. But I'm sharing with you my experience because it's my Let's Play and you guys have watched it for some reason beyond my understanding. So, there's Houndoom. I'm not sure those guys are rather easy. Well, I mean average. Okay, Ursaring and Smeargle. It was a good combination because Smeargle's the faster one, so he'd do very little damage, and then Ursaring would basically finish it off, so it'd be like, take 2 hits to kill a Pokemon, which would make the fight last longer. And since it lasted longer, they were more likely to go into Hyper Mode, so that was kind of good in its own way. Because that's what you're wanting, is you just want them to go into Hyper Mode unless you got loads of money and you just want to buy their purification. Which I did a little bit of, but even still. Now, let's go look at their moves. Oh, look at all that experience again. See, look at this. Metagross is friggin' awesome, and I told you. Tyranitar's got some beastin' attacks. Now, I hate that it's got an item equipped, the Nugget. The Nugget serves no purpose. All it does is it's just there for you to sell it. So right when I finished getting it like close to purifying, I looked at it and it was like, he's holding an item. I'm like, really? What's he got? Oh, a nugget? What the hell is that going to do for me? Nothing. Just sell it for profit. See you with the next team. Alright, here we are with the final team. So, Absol never goes into hyper mode. Or at least not with me, it didn't. It's definitely very, very powerful and pretty beastly, but the stupid thing is that its attack is higher than it needs to be. Because it's a dark type, and dark types are special attackers. So it's rather stupid that its attack is so high unless you're using something like Slash. Heracross, he did rather well actually. He was able to take care of himself a lot better than Absol did, so. You can go, you don't have to do the same teams that I'm doing. You can go set up whatever you want. I honestly don't care. I mean, it's your business, not mine. But this is just what I did. Granbull and Vibrava did pretty good. They'd have quite a bit of, like, in the beginning, they had quite a bit of moments as to where they'd go back and forth into hyper mode, which kind of sped things up quite a bit. But then it kind of slowed down near the end. So, lucky Lucky me for getting all this done. Oh, it's crazy to see all this flashing before your eyes, isn't it? I'm only 10 minutes in the video, so... Again, sorry that this isn't the most, like, exciting part ever. It's only a bonus, so I'm not forcing you to watch this. This was just for anyone who was curious as to see who would gain what after all is said and done. And, well, to stall out till the next LP as well, so... That'll be starting eventually, so... Apom I originally put in the daycare in place of Sunflora, you know, so I could walk around Mount Battle, but then after I realized how quickly I was dealing with it, and I noticed it only got 2 hearts down, I decided to remove him, and then place in Miltank. By the time it got to their shift, Miltank was only 1 heart down, so I got a little bit quicker with these guys by, putting them in the daycare. And then I used the last of the scents on them, but yeah, these guys got done pretty quick because of that, so. Oh, there we go. Now let's go look at their moves. So, I mean, look how powerful it is. Its special is what matters. I mean, Slash is cool, yeah. Damn. Even though this may not be my longest LP part-wise, because that goes to Majora's Mask for being 61, this is definitely my longest in terms of playtime. I've spent 36 hours on this damn game. Probably a good 12 of it or so is grinding or purifying these bastards. Let me... 48 out of 48. Save. That is a ballsy move, and I'm not sure if I like it. Oh well, if this footage gets corrupted, we'll just go over it and be like, sorry, you missed it, I was stupid. And it'll go by even quicker and the video will be even shorter. Now, the reason you wanted to go get all those guys purified is because there's a different side of the game to it. Optional, but it's okay if you want. And for those of you who don't know, Colosseum is taking place in an area called the Ore region. So, if you go over here to the little options stuff, you got these bonus things, and, well, here's all my progress. I still have yet to actually beat all this, but, there's Ore Colosseum, the thing on the title screen. But the thing you want to do is you gotta purify all the shadows, and yes, you can get Poke Coupons from doing this stuff. And you go ahead, and I suggest doing the single, because it goes by quicker, but if you're like double and do double, it doesn't really matter. Go ahead, register, enter Mount Battle. This is my team that I got registered. You can use whatever you want, doesn't matter. But you have to beat all 100 trainers on that Mount Battle, and you can unlock Ho-Oh, and then get it in your story. So this way you can use it for whatever. It's a level 70. It's got like Fire Blast, Recovery, Sunny Day, and I think Swift or something like that. It's worth getting, definitely. But that's how you do it. Don't actually think you're supposed to do it in the story, because that's what I thought at first, and then when I didn't get the cutscene, I was a little disappointed. But that's... there you go. I just felt like showing that in since I never actually officially showed it. So, this has been the bonus episode of Pokemon Colosseum. Again, sorry it's not the most exciting thing in the history of the world. But I'll see you guys later with my next LP, and yeah, it's JC4R.